Hey guys, Brady here, and I just saw Skyscraper. So people are calling this like the are calling this like the ripoff to like Die Hard, and I think it's a little different. I think it's more or less like an homage to the 1974 disaster movie, The Towering Inferno. If you haven't seen this movie, that's fine. It's an okay movie. It's not like people. I mean, it's held as the greatest disaster film of all time, or one of the greatest disaster films of all time. I've seen better, in my opinion, but when I saw the trailer to Skyscraper, I was not thinking Die Hard. I was thinking this movie, and it's a bit of both. It's a mixture of both. But I don't know. Am I the only one that thinks that Skyscraper is pretty much like an homage to Towering Inferno and not a ripoff to Die Hard? Put that in the comment section below. So anyway, Towering Inferno is about this guy. His family lives on like this skyscraper. I think it's in like China or something like that. And he like works there and lives there with this family. And after like a horrific accident that shows in the beginning of the movie, he loses his leg, and he has to get his leg amputated off or amputated. The off part was useless to say, and that's where our story begins. And people think that the trailer to this movie spoiled too much. The whole scene of him running and jumping off that crane lift, that they and then him like hanging off the building, that the whole crane lift and him hanging off the building, those are two separate scenes. Those scenes were like spliced together to make it look like, oh, they just ruined that the how he got into the building part of the movie. No, those are two very completely different scenes. And yes, they did kind of spoil that he got into the building, with how the other scene I'm talking about ends. That kind of that scene alone with him like holding his leg up in the air. Yeah, that is a spoiler right there. They did spoil that moment in the trailer. So yeah, I could see that why people were pissed off. But yeah, so besides that, there's this character in this movie. He's the friend. He's pretty much the friend character. Um, I saw him in the elevator. Like, when you first see him, he says, "Oh, hey, bud, what's up?" and shit like that. It's like, okay, this guy is gonna die or something. He's gonna die in the movie. And then I saw with a friend of mine. He's like, I guarantee you he's the villain. And we were both kind of right. Um, I was right that he's gonna die, but he served no purpose to the movie. I mean, um, they give him some pretty obvious villain is type things to do, very cliched things to do, and then there's an altercation between him. There's like a fight between him and The Rock, and then he dies. That's literally like his character's literally in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and he like served no purpose to the plot whatsoever. He was just in like 5 minutes, and then he gets killed. Like, what the fuck? He was a pretty pointless character. And he kind of looks like a Adam Sandler if he picked better roles, because this was a really good movie. But his role in this movie was just kind of pointless. So what I just said was kind of stupid. But like I said, he kind of looked like Adam Sandler if he picked better roles. Um, where was I going? Yeah, he was kind of pointless in the movie. He didn't really serve much to the plot. Um, yeah, but I really enjoyed this movie. This is a really good movie. This is another hit from Universal and Legendary. I did not see Pacific Rim Uprising. I want to see Pacific Rim Uprising. Um, I know they're doing Mamma Mia next week, which is weird. Why is Legendary producing Mamma Mia 2? Does that mean that maybe Godzilla or King Kong could pop up in the Mamma Mia movie? Because if so, that could be fucking cool. I mean, since Legendary owns Mamma Mia now, they could somehow intertwine. They could somehow insert Godzilla and King Kong somewhere into the Mamma Mia movies. Do you guys want to see that? I sure for hell want to see that. Uh, Maybe Godzilla chomps on Meryl Streep. I don't know. Ooh, I couldn't. Forget I said that. Uh, although she does die in Mamma Mia too. I think her character is dead in the movie. There, I just saw this. She gets killed by Godzilla. All right, let's get back. Let's get back to the movie. So yeah, this is produced by not Warner Brothers, Universal and Legendary. They haven't really been doing a lot of movies lately. Like they did one last year. They did The Great Wall, and I think that's it. Now they're getting back on track. I mean, they had a shit ton of movies released in 2015 with Steve Jobs, which is weird. Why would Legendary produce that? Like, I understand like Jurassic World and all these big budget action movies, but why like Mamma Mia, Steve Jobs, hell, even Straight Outta Compton, weird. Unbreakable, Dracula Untold is understandable. Anyway, and I thought The Mummy would be Legendary, but it's not. Same with the Fast and Furious, the last two Fast and Furious movies. But yeah, so yeah, Skyscraper. Sorry, I went on a tangent. That was, I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, Skyscraper. It's pretty much an homage, in my opinion, to Towering Inferno. Um, it's a fun blockbuster movie. There are some cliched moments, especially towards the end, where it's like, I don't. This is too much. Like, it has that cliche where 1 minute this one guy would be on the side of Dwayne Johnson's character, and then he like switches like, oh, I'm the bad guy now, and then he's like, oh no, I'm not the bad guy. I'll come with you. Oh, I have this thing. I have this thing, so I'm gonna shoot you. So the other people don't get this thing, and then he's like, oh, just kidding, I'm on your side again. That kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of like cliche. It was stupid. It was like, oh, when I was like, oh, I hope they're not doing what I think they're doing. It was like, oh, okay, they're not doing what I think they're doing, and then they did it, and I was like, oh, that was just stuff like the pointless friend and that one thing I was talking about. Those are like my issues with the movie. Pacing is really good. Some of it did feel a bit rushed at times. Although I was like, okay, the movie looks like it's gonna wrap up, and I didn't want it to wrap up. I was like, wow, this is a very short movie if it's wrapping up right now. But nope, we have like 15, 20 minutes of movie left. It's like, yes, 15 more minutes of Dwayne Johnson kicking ass, and I'm glad those next 15 to 20 minutes came, because there's this kick-ass scene at the end involving The Rock, and I'm not gonna even say it, but it was a really cool scene. I thought this was way better than Rampage. I'm gonna give Skyscraper 4 stars out of 5. I was on the bench of going 3.5 or 4. I'm just gonna go 4. I really enjoyed myself with this movie. My friend and I, we made a few Moana jokes, mainly towards the end of the movie. Like Dwayne Johnson takes off his shirt, and I was like, "Hey, look, there's his Maui tattoos." So shit like that. It was childish, and then towards the end he rescues someone, and my friend was like, "Oh, He starts singing the song "You're Welcome." Or no, he said the line in the song "You're Welcome." He said like something demigod. You know that part of the song, you're dealing with a demigod, whatever. Yeah, he said that. when Dwayne Johnson did something like impossible. But yeah, 4 stars out of 5. I highly recommend you see this movie this weekend. Or you can go see the Adam Sandler animated movie, Hotel Transylvania 3. I want to see that movie. I'm excited to see that movie. It's weird that this movie Hotel Transylvania 3, I think, has the highest score out of the trilogy, which is weird. I think that also goes to say for the Night at the Museum 3 has the highest score in the trilogy as well. So maybe Hotel Transylvania 3 is going the Mission Impossible route, whereas the first 2 movies were good, but after the 3rd movie, it gets better. So maybe if they make Hotel Transylvania 4, it has the potential of being the big leads. I don't know.